It's a land of vibrant, winding cities, and then vast, silent deserts. A place where ancient traditions aren't just remembered, they're alive, right alongside the pulse of the modern world. This is Morocco, a true kingdom of contrasts. You see, it stands right there at the northwestern edge of Africa, a sort of timeless bridge. And it's so much more than just a meeting point of continents. This is where the raw power of the Atlantic Ocean literally crashes into the ancient stories of the Mediterranean Sea. Being in this unique position, caught between two massive seas and two continents, well, it's forged a nation that's really unlike any other. You can almost feel its story. It's written in the mountains, in the deserts, a history shaped by the very currents that crash on its shores. Even its name tells you so much. In Arabic, it's Al-Maghrib, and what does that mean? The place where the sun sets. Just think about that. For the historic Islamic world, this was the farthest west. This was the edge of the known map, a real frontier land with a destiny all its own. And this whole idea of being on the edge, it isn't just about history or maps. It's carved right into the land itself. Morocco's landscape is, well, it's just this stunning tapestry of opposites, a kingdom of truly breathtaking extremes. I mean, the contrast is just staggering. On one hand, you have the Atlas Mountains with actual ski resorts. We're talking high-altitude alpine climates. But then travel just a few hundred kilometers, and the world completely transforms. Suddenly, you're in the northern Sahara, literally one of the hottest and driest places on the entire planet. And the scale here is just immense. We're talking about Mount Toubkal, the highest peak in all of North Africa, soaring over 4,000 meters into the sky. But these mountains, they're so much more than just rock. They're climate makers. They literally catch the rain coming off the Atlantic, which creates this stark rain shadow that divides the whole kingdom. So the north gets blessed with these fertile lands, while the south, well, the south is left to the mercy of those arid desert winds. And what you end up with is this absolutely astonishing range of microclimates, all packed into one country. You've got lush Mediterranean coasts, which give way to these high alpine peaks, and then those just fall away into the searing desert. It's incredible. And all that variety, it's cultivated this world of unique biodiversity. It nurtures treasures you just can't find anywhere else on Earth, like the ancient, gnarled trees of the Argonne woodlands. Okay, but a land is really defined by its people, right? So who are the Moroccans? Who is this society that's been carved by such a dramatic landscape? Well, the answer, as you might guess, is a rich and incredibly complex mosaic. And you can literally hear this cultural blend every single day on the streets. Now, most people speak Moroccan Arabic, what's known as Darja, but the ancient Berber languages, the Amazigh languages, they are so deeply rooted here. In fact, both Arabic and one of the main Berber languages, Tamazight, are official languages of the country. This whole cultural identity, it's kind of like a tagine, It's a dish where every single ingredient adds its own unique flavor over centuries. So, you have the indigenous Berbers and the migrating Arabs as the bedrock. But then, the story gets richer. You have Moriscos who fled persecution in Spain, really influential Jewish communities, the Gnawa people who brought the rhythms of West Africa, and, of course, the lasting footprint of European influence. And all that cultural richness is matched by a history of some serious power and resilience. See, unlike a lot of its neighbors, Morocco has this long story of homegrown dynasties. Dynasties that fiercely guarded their independence against anyone who tried to take it. And when we say long story, we mean long. The human story here is one of the oldest on the entire planet. Get this. Fossils found at a place called Jebel Irhoud have been dated to 315,000 years ago. As of right now, that is the earliest evidence of our species, Homo sapiens, ever found anywhere in the world. A real legacy of power was forged right here. You had the Idrisids, who founded the very first Moroccan state way back in 788. Then came the great Almoravid and Almohad empires, whose influence stretched all the way up into Europe. All of this history cultivated this fierce sense of independence. And here's a key point. Morocco is the only North African nation that resisted direct rule from the Ottoman Empire. That tells you everything about its enduring strength. And that same spirit is carried on by the Alawi dynasty, which has guided the kingdom since the 1600s, right up to today. And that independence streak led to a really fascinating moment in world history. Picture this. It's 1777. The American Revolution is raging. Who becomes the very first world leader to recognize the independence of this new country called the United States? The Sultan of Morocco. And that act forged a relationship that's still going strong today. So that's the past, but what about today? What does this kingdom with such deep history look like now? Well, Morocco is navigating the really complex currents of the 21st century, trying to strike that perfect balance between its ancient heritage and a really bold drive into the future. Right now, it's Africa's fifth largest economy, but it's also pioneering the future in some incredible ways. It's home to the entire continent's first high-speed rail line, and it's harnessing the power of that massive desert with these huge solar energy projects. So this is a nation that is confidently building its tomorrow, but without ever losing sight of its celebrated past. So when you step back and look at it all, it becomes pretty clear, right? Contrast. That's the very essence of Morocco's identity. It really is a land where you can hear the call to prayer echoing near these massive, gleaming solar panels, and where ancient walled cities, the Medinas, are thriving right alongside modern financial districts. It's still standing as that bridge between worlds, between Africa and Europe, between tradition and modernity. And in that unique space, Morocco continues to forge a destiny that's all its own. Because you see, the past isn't just a memory here, it's a living, breathing force. And as this kingdom steps into the future, it isn't leaving its history behind. No, it's carrying it forward as its greatest source of strength.